Hey y'all, welcome back to Lunch at Uncle Jason's. As you know, Easter is almost here. It's not very far away. So today I wanted to show y'all how I do a ham. Now this is a very small ham. It's just for us for supper tonight. If I was doing this for Easter, it would be a much larger ham. But when I think of Easter ham, I think of my mama and how she used to make her ham. Now, I grew up in the 70s, early 80s, and back then, recipes were a little bit different than they are now. Mama would take her ham and she would stud it with cloves. And then she would put on it pineapple rings and maraschino cherries that she would hold together on there with toothpicks. That's the ham we're going to do today. So I'm going to get everything ready. I got my oven preheating to 350 degrees. This is a 6-pound, little over 6-pound ham. It's just the little small one, y'all. Like I said, I'm only feeding just a few tonight, so this is just for our supper. And also tonight I'm going to do some potatoes that just to me are the total part of Easter, because they're the little whole round small potatoes and they just look like Easter eggs to me every time I make them. So we're going to get in here and we're going to do this. So give me just a minute and I'm going to get everything together and we'll be right back. And we're going to throw this together and see what we can do for Thanksgiving. Give me just a minute. All right, y'all. I'm back. Now, I have this ham sitting right here. And I know I said, you know, Mama studied hers with cloves. I don't care for that. So I'm not going to do the cloves. And I know some of them that's going to be eating this tonight, they don't care for cloves either. But one thing she would do, Mama never, you know, I've seen a lot of people, they'll cut the fat cap off. Mama never done that. She would take her knife and she would run it across like this. She would just go down into the fat. She didn't cut down into the meat. And y'all, I'm just going to go all the way around with this. And we're just going to make a diamond shaped pattern in the fat of this ham, and that really releases a lot of the juices from that fat. That's where a lot of your flavor is in here. Like I say, I'm not going way down deep on it. I'm just coming right across the fat part. And once it runs out of fat over here, I'm not going to do it anymore. Now I'm going to come back up the same way on this side. And it's going to kind of do like a diamond pattern on your ham. And it not only makes it pretty, but like I said, it really releases a lot of that fat and the juices in there, and makes this taste amazing. But like I said, don't cut all your fat off. That's where a lot of your flavor is, y'all. Okay, I got that done. Now for the fun part. Trying to get y'all to be able to see what I'm doing, and me doing this upside down. But I can do it. Hold on. Okay, Mama would take her pineapples and she'd just stick a toothpick in the top and the bottom like this. And y'all, this adds a whole bunch of flavor. I'm telling you, it's good. And I'm just going to do several all over the top of this ham, all on the sides of it. We're just using these toothpicks to secure these on there. And this pineapple, I reserved the juice because I'm going to use it too when I put it in the pan over here to bake it. This reminds me, y'all, so much of my childhood. I remember one time I opened up the refrigerator and it was either Christmas time or Thanksgiving time, because we always had a ham at either one. We had a ham at Christmas and Thanksgiving. I mean Christmas and Easter, I'm sorry. Had a turkey at Thanksgiving. But I remember opening the refrigerator one time and seeing that ham in there, and it just, I thought we were some of the richest people in Alabama because we had that pretty ham Mama had done up in there. It was so neat. Okay, I'm going to do this other side now. And you don't have to get a ton of these on there. If you don't like them, you don't even have to do this, y'all. But this is a retro 1970s Easter ham right here. This is just a throwback to when I was a child. And y'all, I hadn't bought toothpicks, wooden toothpicks, in Lord knows how long. They are 99 cents for a box of them. I didn't know that because it's been so long since I even had a wooden toothpick. Okay, I got two pineapples left, and I think I'm going to use this whole can of pineapple on here because I can get one right here on the edge over here on this side. There we go. So there's all of the pineapple securely on our ham. Doesn't that just say 1970s, y'all? I'm telling you. Okay, now in the whole of each one of these pineapples, we are going to toothpick in a maraschino cherry. Now if yours has the stems like mine does, I'm just simply going to remove those stems because I don't need them there. But if you want to leave them on there, that's up to you. You can. I'm not. But we're just going to fix that cherry right there in the middle of that pineapple. And y'all, Mama never did. I know some people would go through here and they would cut that toothpick off, you know, where it wouldn't be sticking up so much because it does kind of char a little bit after you bake it for so long. But Mama didn't. And the little toothpicks in there would get just a little bit of char on them. And y'all, to me, that's part of it. So I'm leaving mine on. You can cut yours off if you want to. I'm going to leave my toothpick sticking out like a porcupine. Alrighty, this is looking more and more and more like what I remember as a child, y'all. This was back in the 70s. This was the mamas and the cooks of the family's time to shine, was when they did stuff like this. You don't see people taking time to do things like this no more like they used to, and that's kind of sad, you know, because you don't know what you're missing out on. Alrighty, I'm gonna give my hands a quick wash. And I'm gonna hold this up and let y'all see it. It looks so neat, y'all. It looks so neat. See that? That is a 1970s ham if I ever saw one. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to just transfer the whole thing over here to this baking dish. And I probably could have did this thing in this baking dish, but I knew the dish had the little sides up on it, and I didn't want it to get in my way. Okay. Wash my hands again. Alrighty. Now to this, I'm going to take this reserved pineapple juice and I'm just simply going to pour it all over it. The whole can of juice, y'all. All of it. And I'm also going to put just a little bit of water in there to kind of dilute it down just a little bit, because, you know, I don't want it burning or not being enough liquid. All right, y'all, and for a 1970s ham, that's it. I'm going to pop this in my 350 degree oven, and I'll let you know how long it cooks. I may have to put some foil over it if it starts looking like it's browning too much before the inside gets up to the temperature I want it. And I know everybody says different temperatures, but on hams like this one's pre-cooked. I can get it up to about 145, 150 degrees and you're going to be okay. But if it starts looking like it's browning before it gets up to that, I'll put some foil over it, but I'm not while I stick it in the oven now. So give me a minute and I'll be back and we'll start on those potatoes. All right, y'all, I got the ham in the oven and I got everything out for these potatoes. Now, y'all, this is the most simplest, easiest recipe in the world. But you tell me, that right there don't say Easter. Does those not look like little Easter eggs? They do to me. That's what I think about when I look at them. I've washed these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this pot on my eye right here and let it start getting warm. And in it, I'm just going to drop a half a stick. Well, I say a half a stick. It's going to start out a half a stick, and if I think I need some more, I'll put some more in there. You know how that is with butter. So we're going to go a half a stick in this pot. To it, I have, well, not to it, but I mean, I also have a packet of just regular old ranch dressing mix that you mix up to make ranch dressing. This right here, I got it at Aldi. It's the Tuscan Garden brand. You can get Hidden Valley Ranch, whatever kind you want to. It's good just so long as it's ranch dressing mix. And like I said, I only use one packet for this many potatoes. And this potatoes, y'all, hold on and I'll tell you, they were 1 pound. 1 pound of these little mini potatoes. And if you want to, guys, you can, and this is what we do sometimes at the school, is we take the little mini canned potatoes, drain them real good, and we do this same thing to them, almost. You know, we can't use real butter at school and stuff like that, but we put the butter buds on them and mix the butter buds according to the package directions and make a sauce. And then we just toss these in there and let them cook, and then we put the ranch on there. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these potatoes right here is I'm going to put them in this pot, and I'm going to just get them coated with that butter. Okay, I'm just going to stir them around a little bit if I can hold on to this pot. Just let that butter get all over your potatoes. Now then, I'm coming over here to the sink. And I'm going to cover those potatoes with water. So they're in there in the butter and the water. Okay? You just want to cover them up. And I'm going to sit here, guys, and I'm going to let these cook until they're fork tender. I'm going to bring them up to a boil, let them cook until they're fork tender. When they get fork tender, I'll bring you back and we'll show you what we do next. Simple, easy for Easter. All right, y'all, our potatoes have boiled and they are, you see right here, they're fork tender. I can just put the fork right into them, and I'm going to drain these off and just drain that most of that liquid off of them that we put in there. And I'm going to stick it right back up here on this eye, and I'm going to put the remainder of that stick of butter in there, and I'm going to put this entire packet of ranch dressing mix. Just gonna sprinkle it over it. Y'all, these are so good. We make them at the school and the kids love them. This is a 1 ounce packet of ranch mix. And I'm just gonna get a spatula here just to fold these around. And we're gonna let that butter melt. And that little, there's just a little bit of the liquid left in the bottom of that pan, and that's okay. And you got to be gentle, because I just tore one of my potatoes all to pieces because they are very soft. But guys, these are good. Like I said, we do these at the school. We use the canned potatoes and do this, and we, like I said, we use the butter buds and everything else. We can't use real butter, but the kids love them. They really do. They really like them. But do you see that? They are full of that ranch dressing, seasoning, and butter. And y'all, that's all you need. You don't need anything else. I have a clean bowl. This is a clean bowl. I just had it sitting over there out of the way. I'm just going to pour these up right in this bowl. Make sure all of that butter and ranch out of this pot goes back on your potatoes, because that's all your flavor right there. That's, you want all that back in here. You don't want to get rid of none of that. And here we go. That's our Easter ranch potatoes, guys, and they are delicious. Okay, I'm waiting on that ham to get done, and as soon as it is, I'll come right back and we'll look at it. All right, y'all, I'm back. The ham is done. The potatoes are done, and does this not look amazing? I told you it's a retro dish. It's back to the 70s with this ham this way. Did y'all see my plate? This pineapple is going to give it moisture. It's going to give it flavor. So we're going to taste now and see where we're at. This ham got up to 160 degrees. I can get my knife and just help it along a little bit. Y'all, it smells amazing in here. It smells so good. See that pineapple juice that was in here, in the pan that I poured in? When I took the ham out, I poured it all over the top of the ham. So it gave it that sweet flavor. So good, y'all. And these potatoes are just tender. They cut right in half. Have that ranch seasoning all over them and the butter. Mm. Y'all, I'm telling you, put this on your Thanksgiving table. Appreciate everybody watching. Please subscribe to the channel, share the videos, hit the like button. As always, I got my cookbooks in the bio of the YouTube channel where you can order them if you want to. They're on the little Pinterest link. Click whichever book you're interested in, hit visit, and it'll take you straight to the page where you order. Easter, one of them holidays is coming up. So y'all try to make this right here. Like I said, if you want to make this into a much bigger ham, just do the exact same thing I done, just do it in a little bigger way. That's all you got to do. But I love y'all. Want you to be blessed and come back and see us, and happy Easter.